Welcome back. Obviously, I'm providing enough information to you guys to keep you coming back. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be looking at my channel. But the latest updates as of now and all this morning. Well, I went to work this morning. Um, for some reason, it seems like they didn't do the power outage on time like they said they were going to do. It looks like it might be tonight at 4 or 4:50 in our area until 10. So we're trying to do all of our cooking and eating early before that time comes, so we got another 20 minutes. Um, Anyways, besides that, remember if you look at my other videos, how I compared the tsunami as to the Hiroshima events and Nagasaki events. Remember, or if you look back at my videos, you'll see that I had mentioned about it. There's the before picture and the after picture, and then how there's only like one or two structures still standing, and the rest of it's all flat, wiped out basically. Sure as the world, the Prime Minister basically made the same comparison, except for he went straight out and said that it basically looks worse than during those times of World War II, and it practically does. Um, those pictures are not pretty, and they're pretty heart gripping to look at those things, and to think now they're saying that the death toll records can exceed 10,000. What did I say earlier in my other videos? I told you that there's no way that it's only at like 2,000 or even at 1,000 something. The news is still showing that there's like 4,000 people either dead or missing. But there's other news channels that are saying that the death toll is going to exceed 1,000. But like I stated before, in Sendai, where the tsunami had hit, and the other surrounding towns in that area, like I said, there's over 1 million people that live in that area. How do you evacuate 20 people or 20? How do you evacuate? Let me get my stuff straight. How do you evacuate 1 million people in 20 minutes from the time the earthquake goes off and from the time to the next time when the tsunami hits you? How do you evacuate 1 million people? If you watch some of those videos and you look closely, you can see a lot of people didn't leave. A lot of people were still barely getting in their cars to leave. So think about how many of most of those people were probably young. Think about how many of the old people were still living in their houses. They don't watch TV. Like I had stated in my other videos, my office is soundproof. There's no windows. It's solid. You can't hear anything. If you was to hear a siren going off, or if there was some kind of news event to go off, you would never know. You would never know. The only way you would know that something happened is if you had an earthquake, right? You'd feel the building shaking. But you won't know if a tsunami's coming. And even if you did, by the time it got to you, you're too late. It's too late. Your office has swallowed you up. Well, not so much the office, but just the waters coming in would come into the office and swallow you up. And I'm pretty sure that most of those bodies, they're not going to find them. Because you have to think, one guy got swept out with his wife out in the middle of the ocean about 9 miles, or is it 9 kilometers, from the shore. And he barely made it alive. Most likely they didn't say nothing about his wife or spouse or girlfriend or whoever they were. The only guy that they found was a 60-year-old man hanging onto some rubble. So think about that. How many people are going to be found their bodies somewhere else? They're going to show up on the shores of Hawaii, or show up on the shores of South China or Australia, or on the other side of Japan, or somewhere south in Japan, somewhere north in Japan. You're going to find bodies all over the place. That's what's going to happen. It's tragic, but that's the facts. What else was going on today? There's been earthquakes all over the place all day long. Like, just sitting in my office, I could, because for the most part, I have a sit-down job. So just sitting in my office, I could feel, things just kind of moving a little bit. Those are like they're earthquakes that are going on. It's just the building that I'm in is solid concrete, so it's for the most part stable. It kind of just sways with it. But through the whole day, that's all I feel is that swaying jolt every once in a while. But it's not really noticeable. But it's telling me, there's at least earthquakes going on. I mean, I have access to some news I can see from my, the internet in the office, but most of the time we don't have time to be looking at anything. We don't have a TV in there. We're not allowed to carry any kind of electronics into our office except for what's already provided. to us. But that's besides the point. The point is I'm just providing you information and updates on what's going on here. Looks like my area will be probably going out, turning out the lights at 4:50, which, like I said, is in another 20 minutes or less by the time I post this video. It'll probably be about 10 minutes, and it won't be coming back on until 10 p.m. But my camera will always work. Everything's charged that I need charged. My laptop's charged, but I won't have access to the internet until the power comes back on. If I have, if I happen to be awake at that time when the power does come back on, then I'll probably post again, because we'll be able to watch the news and see what's going on. There are troops on the ground. The Marines have been deployed from like Iwakuni and probably Okinawa. I'm not sure about the Army. I didn't read too much on them. The Navy personnel are out there. There's a whole bunch of search and rescue people from many different countries that are here. Dogs also. Supplies are being packed up by the Marines and other military groups, and they're being shipped or drop shipped into those areas that need it, which is pretty critical. As you know, that most your body won't survive on just food. You got to have water to survive. So there's water being shipped, and blankets, any kind of clothes, stuff that you would need. The main essentials, you're gonna need it. So, and then they're still trying to evacuate people even at this point, still trying to do search and rescue. But now I think since it's already been past 72 hours, you're at this point past the rescuing part, and now you're just keeping the ones that are alive, and then just cleaning up the mess. So it's just a recovery time, and doing a body count. So, and there's a lot of land to cover for that, and cleanup time. So I'm glad there's a lot of the Narita airport's open. That's a good thing. Trying to think what else. I think that's about it for now. But I'll post later on as I find out new things. So leave a comment, subscribe, something. Just let me know what you guys think. I did mention about donations and stuff like later on. I'm seriously thinking about starting up something so that I can be proactive, donate to the nation that I live in now. So I mean, I'm not Japanese, obviously, but I feel for the Japanese people. So, but that's about it for now. I'll talk to you guys later.